right. Everybody's on lunch, so it's kind of quiet. Phew, that's a big cover. Man, big boat, big cover. These things are wearing me out. This is, let's see, 1632. It is a 33 foot of 4 wide. So there's 1 panel, 2, 3, 4. So I want that center seam right down the middle of the boat. And then what I found the easiest thing for me is to pull that other seam up to meet it. And I do have a lot of waste here, but I'm gonna have waste anyway. I mean, the yardage is the yardage. I could use less yardage if we had to, but money is not this guy's problem. So and there's that one as well. Nice straight line. That just means so fewer darts on this, and it's just so much easier to do the grommet line. Now on this one we're not, because it's a wrap, and we don't know what kind of quality the wrap is. We're going to use webbing loops instead of grommets, and you'll see what I mean when we do those. So anyway, this is the first clamp on. It's 33 by 20. And it's just draped over the boat. Got some clamps kind of holding it into the shape that I want. So now I'm going to get the shears and my stapler and some chalk and do my thing and see if we can gift wrap this and make it ready to go under the tree. I'll show you what happens. Thanks for following. Guess what? Lunch is over. We're gonna go ahead and strap this on, just because having a stiff neck might work into your favor, because I ain't spinning my head around a bunch, I'll tell you that much. Let's get up here and do some damage. Oh Lord, they took all the railings off the boat, which is good for the cover. And now there's nothing to grab onto. I think I should probably start back here at the window, because this same wrinkle is on the other side, coming off the front of the window. This one right here. I think I should probably come down just a little. This one. Let me check that. That's a little better. Let's try that. Alright, we'll start out with a stapler. I don't want to pinch this up too much. Just enough. Just enough for flattening things. Come right there. A little bit. Here it comes. Not too much. Now is where it's going to get scary. Well, that's just got to ruin the whole audio quality, doesn't it? That's not bad at all. turn them wheels around. It's not gonna be easy. There we go. I keep going with that. Pretty good. There we go. Oh, you should be on stage, Cody. Just because of get him out of here. Alright, let's trim some of that down some. There's nothing to grab onto. There we go. Alright. I need to let this clamp out a little. Rearrange it somehow. Well, that might work. Because this one we know we're cutting about 6 inches from that semi-flat fill, because that's going all the way up front. But it's this one that keeps tapering toward the bow. Sure was cutting the one underneath. Oh, finally a cleat to grab onto. There's the other end. There we go. I know there's a shortage up here at the front, so I'm going to chop that off just to get rid of this tail. But I don't want to get that last little bit off of there because I may need that. I don't know if this goes all the way up to the front. I can trim that away a little more. My best advice, sneak up on it. Don't start chopping off big pieces. Alright, now the The nose shifted a little. Son of a gun. That ought to keep it. There we go. Alright, let's get the monstrosity out of the way. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Now, let me try that again. The seam coming down. This piece is nice and flat with a grain. This piece is nice and flat with a grain. I have to do that on the other side, same way. Trim it away, nibble, 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 till you get your line going. I know I'm going to be about 6 inches above the seam there, and that's going to be that line I want to maintain all the way to the nose. So the wedge that I cut off the nose to keep the nose laying nice and flat is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger as I come toward. But just keep trimming it away and keeping this looking nice. And then on the back of the boat I'll do, here's the big dart in the middle at the top of the window that I'll have taken on both sides. But I'll have to do the same thing here where I want to keep this straight and this one parallel to the floor. So that is what I'm gonna do. And I'll pick it up when it's all in staples. Thanks for following. All right, Josh Who TV followers, it is quitting time. Well, it's almost quitting time. I'm gonna go to the lake tomorrow and do the houseboat, because Cody is done for the day an hour before me, and I don't think I can get this off the boat all by myself without pulling all the staples out, because that would be tragically horrible. We have zippers for Bimini hardware, because he wants to be able to use the cover with the Bimini up and booted. So there's the primary pivot and the stand, the rear kickstand. So those will be zippers. And as usual with my covers, the rear flap goes up underneath the swim step, and it'll be zipper. Now this boat is 33 feet, I think. And so to go up and over was a lot farther, of course. So the cover is 30, or the initial slab was 33 feet. And that's really all I could do on my table. There's too much hanging off the end of the table, and it gets too hard to roll it up and semi-felt everything together. So I sewed it at 33 and then sewed the 4-foot scab on the back just as the tail to close it off. You can kind of see where everything ended, and I just sew that cap on the back, same thing as zipper going down to there. That way this flap will come up, these will fold in, and he'll start to roll it up like a log. And by the time he gets to the bow, hopefully it'll still fit in the storage bag we gave him. But there it is. I'm gonna come back around to that on Monday. So I think it's kind of nice taking the ambulance down to the lake on weekends, just for the visibility, and not that I need the work. I'm still probably right around 200 boats behind, but it's a good problem to have. So there it is. Boy, that's hard. That's hard work. That's a lot of canvas. But hopefully you pick something up. Well, thank you so much for following along. Wow, it's quiet in here. Anyway, it's Saturday, if you couldn't tell. And it's quiet. I even shut the damn radio off. It's quiet in here. But it keeps coming up that, you know, where do I get practice material? How do I get, you know, where can I get some material to practice with? And this is, we're in a professional upholstery shop. But at this point, we're down to just canvas and screen. Because Bruce is wearing out on his knees on the carpet. So he's not going to be doing carpet much longer. He's told us if we can't, you know, he can't spend all that time on his knees making carpet in boats. It's really hard to do. And me, I'm down to canvas and screen. This and that. This is what we do. This is how we do it. And we do it over and over and over and over. That's it. People go, oh, can you make it this way? I could, but I'm no guarantees. Taillight warranty. Because this is what we do, and this is how we do it. Stop. Can you make seats? I can. Will I? No. So, since Joe left, we have sometimes we have people, basically these are, Bruce will do repairs, and then we have different friends of the family and different people come in and try and sew for us, and they make these bags. And that's just our duffel bags, because everybody that buys a new cover gets a bag. And that uses up all my scrap. You can see we got tan with green ends, we got orange, we got red, maroon, whatever I had left, purple, heather beige with purple ends. Okay, whatever we had was what he made. And it used up most of my Sunbrella scrap. But I still have, see, he's still working away on different stuff that Betsy has found for him to make into bags. And now, here's all the shelf of misfit fabrics. And there's some decent, I went through this, and anything that was like a yard or less, I pitched it. But this is ends. There's some blue of some sort. I suppose I could have put some of these out first. It actually looks like halfway decent fabric. Oh yeah, that's just a basic blue. Doesn't look like that on the camera, but... And there's maybe 2 yards of it. Here's a weird pink. And that's more like a canvas. I don't know why that's up there. That's really strange stuff there. That might have been like a restaurant booth. There's a single yard of that weird looking stuff. I don't know, there's just so much. There's a bunch of that. So every upholstery shop has got something like this. 1 yard of Aztec red. There's some green. There's some more. That's kind of like a really light green. A really dark blue. So there's not a lot of it. Some of it there is. Like that stupid blue hex. There's got to be that thing. Everybody, people keep looking at it. Nobody wants it. There's probably a good 10-foot piece. That might be 5 yards, maybe 6 yards. I don't know what that is, but that's a huge roll. So the point being, if you go to your local upholstery shop, that's all my scrap screen that is just for grabbing this, that, and the other, give samples and whatnot. Here is all my scrap canvas of all different colors. If it's just an end or a drop or a remnant, and it's not big enough to go roll it up and put it on a shelf, it just gets stuffed under there. The exception is the slate and the heather beige, because we use so darn much of it. Those are our two go-to desert colors, are the slate and heather beige. But then up on the top shelf, what's that? Oh, that's Sea Mark in black. That's some. See, these are just kind of weird jobs we did that were Sea Mark or vinyl. There's some cadet gray. That was a canceled job. Perfect example. Look at all that cadet gray. That's probably, I'm going to bet that's 12, maybe 14 yards of cadet gray. And when it came around for his turn, he had sold the boat. So, nice. There's some blue. There's a lot of blue. I don't know what happened there. This was a cancellation as well. All that Pacific blue. That was a cancellation. They decided they couldn't wait and they went somewhere else. I think that's Sunbrella Supreme that was left over from a job. There's some tweed that was left over from a job. So you kind of get the idea. There's just all this stuff up here. So if you're looking for just a yard or two, stop by your local upholstery shop. We always get a little extra. There's nothing worse than running out and not having the job finished. It's just something you don't do. So I've got scraps and drops and remnants and mistakes. Yeah, since we got out of the upholstery business, as far as seats and cushions and stuff, we've got all the foam. We're trying to get somebody local to come buy all this stuff, just to buy it out. And we got hog rings and a bunch of leftover gimp, and there's piping down here. It's just a lot of stuff that we have. We'd like someone to just come in and buy the whole lot. Swing them a deal. Because we just got a bunch of thread left over in canvas. I only use Tanara. I don't use any of that. Even some of that is Sunstop. And I still don't want it, don't need it, don't use it. So if you're close to Vegas and it's worth the trip up here, there's a bunch of... You could come up here and go through stuff and see what's here and make him an offer. I even have an extra press. We've decided this is the one you get the grommets on eBay. And we decided to stay with the one that was from Grommet Mart. So that one is going to go probably with the whole upholstery lot. So that's what we're trying to get there, is free up all that space. But there's your pointer for the day. If you're looking to find just a little bit of material so you can like make a practice seat or a practice cover for your seat and see how you do with a similar material, stop by an upholstery shop and ask them how much for some scraps and drops and rems. And I bet you for $20 he sends you out there with a whole bag of stuff, because I'd give you a good chunk. If you came here and you wanted something, you were learning to sew, or you had a small project, we'd hook you up. I got plenty. So thanks for following along. I hope you took something away.